in magazines, newspapers, and talk shows. But that same omnipresence eventually became a liability. As the Cake Boss brand saturated more and more media, some viewers began to tire of it. The novelty that had once made the show feel fresh started to fade, and audience enthusiasm cooled as the format became overly familiar. This kind of overexposure is a common trap for long-running reality shows, and Cake Boss was no exception. The constant presence of the brand made it harder to sustain the excitement that had first drawn viewers in. Overexposure alone wasn't what sank the show. A string of controversies did lasting damage to Valastro's public image as well. In 2013, allegations surfaced that Buddy was paying bakery employees below the legal minimum wage, a violation of federal labor law. Some workers claimed they were earning as little as $5 an hour at a time, when New Jersey's minimum wage was $8.25. Alongside the wage claims came accusations that Valastro fostered a hostile workplace, with employees alleging verbal abuse and intimidation. Valastro denied both sets of allegations, but in 2014, he reached a settlement with the state's Department of Labor and Workforce Development, agreeing to repay back wages and adopt new workplace policies. That same year, Valastro made headlines for a DUI arrest in Manhattan after being pulled over for erratic driving. The arrest generated significant negative press and chipped away at the wholesome, family-oriented image the show had cultivated for years. The show also drew criticism over an episode involving transgender celebrity Carmen Carrera, who appeared as part of a prank centered on a gender reveal cake. Many viewers and advocacy organizations viewed the segment as insensitive and transphobic, and the backlash contributed to a broader erosion of goodwill toward the show and its host. In 2015, a former employee, whose identity was withheld, came forward with further allegations of misconduct, describing a pattern of demeaning comments and a hostile work atmosphere. The lawsuit generated another wave of unfavorable media coverage, compounding the reputational damage from the earlier controversies. By 2015, these accumulated controversies were compounding with a broader shift in the television landscape. Ratings for Cake Boss began a steady decline that year, as newer reality shows with different formats and personalities competed for the same audience. The show, once cutting edge, began to feel dated against a changing television environment. That downward ratings trend continued through 2016, and by 2017, TLC ultimately brought the series to an end. The cancellation of Cake Boss didn't mean the end of Buddy Valastro's career. Far from it. He has continued to expand his business ventures, operating additional bakery locations in New Jersey and Las Vegas, and branching into packaged food products and restaurants. In 2018, he opened Buddy V's Ristorante in Las Vegas, serving classic Italian dishes alongside some of his signature pastries, including his well-known lobster tail. Television also remained part of his life. Valastro currently hosts Bake Squad on Discovery+, helping home bakers bring their dream cake designs to life, and continues his long-running rivalry-turned-friendship with fellow pastry chef Duff Goldman on Food Network's Buddy vs. Duff. In interviews, Valastro has described a genuinely warm relationship with Goldman, noting that despite their on-screen rivalry, the two respect each other's craft and stay in touch, even exchanging photos of their children. Valastro's personal life has had its share of hardship since the show ended. In September 2020, he suffered a serious hand injury when it became caught in a pin-set machine at his home bowling alley. Family members helped free him, and he underwent multiple surgeries to recover. By late 2023, he reported having regained roughly 95% of the strength in his hand. Part of what made Cake Boss resonate with audiences was its deep bench of family members and longtime employees, each contributing a distinct role and personality. Mauro Castano, Buddy's brother-in-law and the bakery's pastry chef, is married to Buddy's sister Maddalena. The two share 3 children. Joey Fogno, the bakery's head baker, is married to Buddy's sister Grace, and the couple has 2 children of their own. Frankie Amato Jr., a cake decorator and Buddy's cousin, also serves as godfather to one. In the crowded landscape of reality television, few figures have left as sweet a mark as Bartolo Buddy Valastro Jr., the pastry chef better known to millions as the Cake Boss. For nearly a decade, audiences tuned in to watch him and his family turn flour, sugar, and fondant into towering works of edible art at Carlo's Bakery in Hoboken, New Jersey. The show made Valastro a household name and turned a modest neighborhood bakery into an international brand. Yet, like so many television phenomena before it, Cake Boss eventually lost its shine. This is the story of how it rose, and why it eventually came back down to earth. Buddy Valastro was born on March 3, 1977, in Hoboken, New Jersey, the youngest son among 5 children. His father, Bartolo Sr., had founded Carlo's Bakery, a small Italian pastry shop known throughout the neighborhood for its quality and craftsmanship. From an early age, Buddy was immersed in that world, spending countless hours watching his father and other relatives work the ovens and counters. It didn't take long for him to develop a genuine talent and love for craft. That path took a painful turn when Buddy was just 17. In 1994, his father died of lung cancer, leaving the teenager to suddenly take charge of the family business. It was an enormous responsibility for someone so young and inexperienced, and the years that followed were a difficult crash course in entrepreneurship. Buddy's mother, Mary Valastro, became an essential source of guidance and emotional support, helping hold the family and the bakery together through that transition. Rather than simply maintaining what his father built, Buddy pushed the bakery forward. He expanded the menu beyond traditional Italian pastries into elaborate wedding cakes and custom specialty designs, and his growing skill and creative eye for detail helped Carlo's Bakery build a reputation that extended well beyond Hoboken. Word of mouth about the bakery's inventive, show-stopping cakes began to spread, setting the stage for something much bigger. The real turning point came when a television producer took notice of Valastro's talent. In 2009, TLC premiered Cake Boss, a docu-series following the daily grind at Carlo's Bakery. The outrageous cake commissions, the family drama, and Buddy's undeniable skill. Audiences were hooked almost immediately. Part of the appeal was Buddy himself, energetic, driven, and clearly devoted to both his craft and his family. The other part was the bakery's colorful cast of relatives, each contributing their own personality to the mix. The show didn't just document cake making. It turned it into spectacle. Buddy became known for pushing the boundaries of what a cake could be, producing life-size sculptures and wildly intricate designs that looked more like art installations than dessert. Over the years, the series produced numerous memorable moments: a massive chandelier-shaped cake that collapsed under its own weight during a shoot, a startlingly lifelike cake shaped like a toilet, complete with sound effects, a gruesome zombie cake for Halloween, and even a cake commissioned for the wedding of a cat and dog. In one standout special, Buddy squared off against fellow television baker Duff Goldman, with a panel of celebrity judges deciding the winner. Family remained at the center of it all. Buddy's sisters, Lisa, Grace, Mary, and Madalena, along with their husbands, were fixtures on the show, each playing a distinct role in the bakery's daily operations. When Buddy's mother passed away in 2017, the show paused to honor her, with the family reflecting on how much she had shaped their lives and careers. The series also highlighted its softer side over the years, creating cakes for people facing hardship, honoring lost loved ones, and donating to charitable causes, all of which helped humanize the Valastro family beyond the spectacle of giant sugar sculptures. Buoyed by its popularity, the Cake Boss brand rapidly expanded. Spin-offs and companion series followed, including Kitchen Boss, Next Great Baker, and Buddy's Bakery Rescue, spreading the Valastro name across multiple formats and international markets. Carlo's Bakery itself became a tourist destination, with visitors traveling specifically to sample the cakes and pastries they'd seen on screen. Buddy and the bakery became media fixtures well beyond television, appearing regularly,